Tin progress is coming along quite nicely. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more content. So today we finally got the Raiki and the limiter removal for the tins. Now, for those of you that have not been keeping an eye on Raiki, I actually recommend going back and checking the prices on these because original print, well actually all the Raigekis were kind of starting to gain a little bit of a momentum spike upwards because remember, during the last couple of formats, we've been kind of having people look more towards Raigeki as a very strong board breaker, especially this format out here where, you know, you had Tenpai running around and you needed a quick shotgun method kind of clean up some of the bullshit that the meta's been having, and Raigeki does that. It allows you to go second, allows you to just blow up their field, and then every sort of potential thing they had, or, you know, you at least, you know, bait out Varudis, mission accomplished. You know, Raigeki does that thing. Now you have Slifer the Sky Dragon giving you that Raigeki Thunder Blast. Like, I love it. It's everything that I've wanted. Now, limiter removal over here is fantastic. I want 3 copies of this. Watching the Cyber End Dragon crank itself up into overdrive, from my standpoint, both of these cards are fantastic. I hope both of them do, you know, become quarter century. If not, you know, these would both be some cards I would like to have available in, you know, higher rarities. Now, what's interesting to me so far is this should be the end of the line for the alt arts. They're probably going to sneak in Juggernaut Libby and our little friend, the Super Chariot, because it doesn't make sense for them not to be in here. There's no other place that they should be putting those cards right now that even remotely makes an attempt to matter at the end of the day. So, interesting to see. I mean, this is all stuff that we already essentially knew, but I'll take it. Alright, now this, I think this is one of the coolest things out of the weekend here, or out of the week for reveals. Sky Crisis is getting a secret rare. Now, I've heard a lot of indifferent opinions about this. You know, like, we knew this was going to happen. Like, you were ZZing so hard on this. If you thought that Konami wasn't going to take Sky Crisis and upgrade it from Ultra to Secret. Like, that was coming, because this card originally should have been a Secret Rare. Konami at least did us a favor with the very early stage and was like, hey, you know, here's an Ultra Rare. You know, we're not going to break your bank too hard with this, but you'll at least be able to get these in the very early stages and have them be affordable, right? Like, that's good. Now that we're finally getting this card in Secret Rare, you'll be able to upgrade all of those terrible looking Ultras that you have and, you know, be fine. Or, in the case of most people out here, if you did not have a Sky Crisis so far, this should slash on the price. I believe last I looked at Sky Crisis, they were like, what, 2022? It's not that the card's that much, but you have to remember, Konami made this card as a thing to kind of try to balance out the game. You know, with the massive special summoning and things, they were like, hey, well, you know, we'll make a card that basically is unstopped by 3,000 attack point monsters and above, and then you can use it as a chance to clean up spot removal option. Like, that was by far one of the best decisions that Konami has made. Also, it's Zeus's rival in the lore. Like, that's absolutely cool. Price point wise, I don't know where this is gonna sit. I want to say like $10, but I have a feeling it could be like a $15 card just on the overall, you know, long game, but we'll have to wait and see. The other big not surprise this week was Chaos Angel getting its double-sided reprint into Secret Rare. I don't like when cards get reprinted into the same rarity, because it's like, oh boy, yay, Secret Rare. I guess there is a difference between, you know, the Secret Rare in a set and the Prismatic Secret Rare available to you in the tins. But it's just one of those things that you look at and you're like, hey, you know, oh boy, I'm so glad I spent $50. I'm like, you guys remember at the beginning of the year, right, when we were like, Chaos Angel's getting the reprint, and then it got the reprint in the ulti, and then, wow, that thing tanked straight into the ground. I'm still very avid about this. As of filming this, Chaos Angel is very, very cheap. Well, it's not entirely cheap, but if you're expecting, I can't see this Chaos Angel being more than like $15 at this point. Like that's the big thing you got to take away from this is, you know, Typhoon was sitting at 20. You're gonna, and I almost want to say Typhoon's a better card than Chaos Angel in a lot of respects, in my opinion. Though, if you don't have a Chaos Angel, a lot of people are going to be like, well, you're doing it wrong. Also, this is the thing that kind of allows, you know, the pile decks to do some of the stupid stuff. You know, you get the chance to go through a lot of the buy steal stuff as well. This is a fantastic reprint to kind of put you back into the spot of, hey, you know, like the buy steal stuff was reprinted last year. Now I can get the Chaos Angel this year. Now I can play, you know, some sort of stupid combo pile variant out here, and suddenly, okay, well that seems a lot better in my opinion. So I do, once again, I think less than $15 just seems, $20 is just too unrealistic for this. The Sunday upgrades. This was so cool. So, first of all, Kenan getting ultra rares. I love it. So, but here's the problem with Kenan. Kenan were the most overhyped monsters in, like, modern era Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, these cards, the community was crapping the bed so hard for, and they just faded off into the distance. They really didn't do much. The only place that Kenan still has a place in the format is in Dark World, and that's a crazy thing for you to think about out here. That, you know, they're finally getting their upgrades from common status into ultra, which is good. And I cannot imagine these being extremely expensive cards. Like, it doesn't make sense for Konami to look at these and go, oh yeah, like, or the community go, oh yeah, Kenan, oh, these are going to be so expensive, I'm going to pay $5. No, it's not going to happen. You're probably looking at like under $1 easy for this. Yeah, the cool thing with the rarity upgrades with this stuff is, you know, especially Angel Blue Tears so far I can think of is probably going to be the most expensive one, but yeah. And Manadium Imaginings getting an ultra print. Too bad the amount of Manadium players circulating around right now is like kind of irrelevant in the long haul. Like, when you took Baron out back and got rid of it last list, you kind of left it in such a weird place that, you know, Manadium is just like Vice Steel, M-Board, Ching Ying. And I mean, like, the deck is good enough to be like a local breaker for sure. But if you're expecting this deck to be like something that's going to go crazy hard to win on a long haul, not going to happen. And everything that we got on the tin side of things this week. So I did do my little reaction video earlier in the week when we got all 3 gadgets, and I was so happy to see this. It is so surreal that all of the gadgets actually made it in as quarter century cards on the tins. Like, thank you, Yugi, for having this actually happen. I still can't believe that they chose to do that. And then we got all the Rush Tool support. It's so exciting. We also got Utopic Future Draco making its way in as a quarter century. This makes sense. There's no way to, like, spin this in, like, a bad light, in my opinion. We all kind of knew Utopic Future Draco was going to make its way in here as one of those higher rarity slots. The card is just too good, and it's always going to be re-referenced. I think it's such an incredibly easy thing to make for what it does, and yeah. And then we also have Silent Boots. I did not expect to see Silent Boots in here. I think most people did not expect to see a Silent Boots making their way into this set, let alone as a QCR. But, you know, the tins they're meant to give something to everybody. And I don't really think that that's necessarily a bad thing. There's still some questionable choices like the Tyrant Dragon Archfiend, but, you know, that's progress. So that wraps up your 10 reveals for this week. I don't have a lot of crazy things to say about this, but, you know, there's some bangers here, and there's not some bangers, as per usual. Leave a comment down below to what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.